Hello, I have another activity for you today. It's just looking at the picture and talking. Anyway, I'll tell you how to do it. You can take the picture from anywhere. It is something like picture talk, but slightly different. And you won't believe the kind of change it can bring to your speech. Generally, we underestimate these kind of activities thinking that it's only for the kids, but that's not true. So I got this picture from a newspaper. I've already done another activity with the article. But today, don't worry, we are not going to look at the article. Remember, articles, paragraphs, anything from a newspaper or a short story can be used by beginners, intermediate learners, and also the advanced learners. Now look at this picture. I'm giving you close-up shots also so that you can see what it's exactly about. You can see different symbols. I hope you can see there. There are people walking around with mobile phone. Maybe one person is holding the tab, as you can see here. I'll demonstrate and you'll be able to understand it better. So what you have to do is take a picture, look at the symbols, take close-up shots. You don't have to hold a camera for that. Your eyes are more than enough. Take a closer look at the picture, understand different parts of the picture, and then this actually enhances your observation skills. Look at the different parts. Think about what you can see. You don't have to write the entire speech. If you're a beginner, you can write some words, you can write some lines to just encourage. Otherwise, if you're an intermediate learner or an advanced learner, write words. So I would write words like download, thumbs up, like, share, network, collaborate, maybe cooperate. What else? Colors, world, smile, emotions. And when you speak, remember, you'll get all these words. Now, don't think that I may not get ideas, I may not get thoughts. When you do these kind of activities alone, definitely it's going to help you to a greater extent. Before we start doing the activity, it's very important to look at the picture. Take a closer look. Write down the words. If you don't write down the words, then it may become a bit difficult because you will sit staring at the picture. Now, these are the initial steps. Once you get used to it, you don't have to even worry about it. Okay, I'm standing in the open air. You may get to hear some noises and sounds. I'm sure that this video is audible, but still, it gives me so much energy to stand here and speak to you like this. It need not be always these kind of pictures. Okay. You can take any photograph also from the newspaper. You don't have to know the exact content, but this only for speaking. This is a speaking activity and it really helps. These words are to help you with the thought. So look at the words and start forming the sentences. I gave you my set of words. It's not essential to use the same words while speaking because when you speak, you may get better ideas. You may feel like clubbing two words and putting a long sentence also, which is okay. I am speaking as the words come to my mind. I didn't do any preparation. What picture, which picture, how to choose the picture. You can take any picture from anywhere. It can be from magazines, newspapers, anything that you come across. Even you can take photographs of the nature, things around you. Like that, you can capture. Okay, so we'll do the activity and get back. I thought of continuing the video indoors because I just wanted to make this activity very clear to you. It's that simple. It can be done by beginners, intermediates, and even the advanced learners. Okay, I have the picture in my hand, as I mentioned. This is from a newspaper. I'd already done another video using this. Now, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the article. The purpose is, sometimes you may find it very difficult to convey even the most simple ideas in words. And if it is in English, it becomes tedious. And that's simply because of your thought process. Maybe you're not used to thinking in English all the time. Of course, we have our native language. We may not necessarily think in English all the time. But if you do these simple activities, you can become eloquent, both in your native language and in English, but you have to do this activity, okay? So I have this picture. Look at the picture. This is associated with the title Speaking Your Mind. It's about how youngsters the youth solve their problems online. You can refer to this video when you're watching the second part. That's a different video where I speak about certain guidelines and an activity. But here, consider this picture as an independent one. It has got no connection to the article. So remember, you have to be a good observer and also a listener to become a good communicator. So first, definitely you're working on your language skills, grammar, the sentence structure, everything that you want to make your sentences better. You have been doing it already. Now, to communicate better, you have to be a good observer and a good listener. These two things are important. These two aspects make people different. Today, in the digital era and in this fast-paced world, it's very difficult to find people who listen and who observe. So observe the picture. And why am I asking you to observe? Because that's when you get the words and that's when your thought process also become clear. Only when your thought process is clear, you'll be able to speak. You don't have to have very big thoughts, mega thoughts, philosophical ideas, or even poetry to speak your mind. You can just do it in the words, with the help of the words that you have. That's what we're going to do right now. So observe the picture carefully. That's the first step. And after that, you can write down some words, any words that can be used while speaking. While speaking, you may have the tendency to change the words, which is okay. That's fine. You can change the words. But here we are just writing down the words that come to our mind. You can make use of flashcards, the small mini cards to write down the words. You can also make use of a diary or a book. So I have books here. If you want, you can write it down. You may feel this is too much. I don't have to spend so much time. I may not have to even sit by the table like this and do. No, it's not like that. You can do it anytime. While traveling, if you're traveling by train, if you're on an aircraft, or if you're sitting idle, we spend so much time on the internet. You won't believe. Maybe you are also aware of that. Write down some words just for 15 minutes. Do this activity and then go back to your reels and whatever you want to do. So write the words and then you're going to start speaking. No preparation. Look at this picture. You can see some wires at the top of the screen. And I can see a smiley. So smiling picture is there. And then I have email. The symbol, the icon of email, that can also be a letter. Then I have the Wi-Fi, then the hash, thumbs up. Then there are 3 dots. What is the name given to the 3 dots? It is ellipsis in English, thumbs up. So the wire can stand for connectivity. If you want, you can write that. Then the download symbol, thumbs up, play button, heart, black heart, red heart, so many things are there. I'm going to just speak. If you want, you can write down the words. So looking at the words, it's easier to speak. I've already done another activity, but this is the next level. Or you can just skip that step where you have to write down the words and begin speaking. Look at the picture, observe for 3 seconds and then start speaking. Okay, so I'm going to speak about how accessibility and opportunity and options have made it very easy for people to learn anything, to connect with others, to collaborate and coordinate. This is what we all do, irrespective of our profession. Now, I am a trainer. I need to do all these things. Even if I'm not a YouTube content creator, I may have to do all these things at my workplace, which I'm already doing. It's very easy to open your mind, to speak your mind, or even be accessible. Make yourself accessible to others with the online platform. Everybody has got a mobile phone, you know that. So here you can see people holding the mobile phone. One person is trying to take a selfie. Maybe another person is surfing, searching for a location we don't know. And another person is maybe chatting. You can put in your own ideas. And then there's another person holding something bigger. It can be a tab. And maybe he or she is trying to figure out a good restaurant or a bookshop. You can put in any ideas and then you have all these symbols. So let's call it symbols for the time being. You have it in the speech bubbles and in the cloud shapes. So this is quite attractive. You can also take a photograph and do this. Okay. So you have become accessible. Others have also become accessible to you. We download many things on our mobile phones and tabs and laptop. We see people. We come across strangers, friends, and everybody on social media platform. Even if we have less screen time, it's not very easy to stay away from the digital platforms for a very long time, because you may have to send emails, connect with your boss or your colleagues, and then when you respond on time, it makes the other person happy, or you get your work done. And that is what gives you satisfaction. Not just success, but when you do things on time, you feel organized. That's what we did just now, the step by step guidelines. Okay? But if you're going to increase your screen time for nothing, for no purpose, for no meaning, then this smiley can become a drooping face. It can also become a sad face, where you may not even know why you're sad. Sometimes you may not know why you're sad, why you're down. So excess use of screen space can lead to such things. Okay. Then some messages are left unread. People may see your messages, they may not even choose to respond to you, or you may come across some messages that are unwanted, unnecessary in groups or even personal messages. So that is like the three dots. It goes on. This process goes on. You may not have to even respond to it. Sometimes you may have to. And in certain places, you can say learning goes on. So there is continuity. There is always continuity. Okay? Thumbs up. So accessibility, opportunities, collaboration, coordination, everything gives you the opportunity to hunt for new ideas, explore yourself, explore the surrounding and the things that are developing. Now, because of too many options, people can also become confused. Okay, we have too many options today, even when it comes to learning English. We have too many options. It can be confusing, but make sure that you have a path. It need not be a rigid path, but focused path that comes from your observation and from listening skills and reading. Okay, now this can be used in any profession. I'm not just speaking about the English language. When you have to really learn a language, you have to have all these kind of skills. In the sense, you need to observe, you need to listen, read, you need to listen to people, understand their body language. Here we are not becoming judgmental, but just to process your thoughts and bring in the continuity. You always speak about flow and fluency. How do we get this flow and fluency? It comes up when you are able to observe, process your thoughts, and those thoughts should coordinate with whatever you want to convey. Okay, so here people express many things, they download, they upload many things. So even if you're not a content creator, we are connected. It's just like the Wi-Fi that connects people. Okay, so this is a kind of facility where we get connected to the main server, to the internet, and we are able to communicate. Okay, and then the world is too busy. We may have many things that we love. You will come across likes and dislikes. You may have too many options, and some of them may look like these black hearts, which may not suit your situation, your needs and requirements. But out of the 100 options, you will come across the red one. I'm not speaking about the dating apps and all these things, but I'm referring to your likes, your passion, your interest, and how you can be guided to move forward. If you really want to do something in life, today, the problem is we have too many options, but which path is to be taken? That guidance, that guidance will come. That's a red heart. So I'm just finding meanings. And you can see that this page is too colorful. It's simply colorful. You have most of the colors here. The world is colorful. The world is complex. At the same time, it is beautiful. So language learning, connecting with people, everything is beautiful. Human beings are social. We are social beings and we should connect, we should talk to people. But remember, drawing boundary is very important. We are in this year, 2026. It's high time that we know what is the meaning of drawing boundaries, what is the meaning of connecting with people, and exactly where we need to think about our requirements. Though people speak a lot about generosity, kindness. It's just like planting something in your garden. You don't want weeds to grow in your garden. So the garden looks beautiful in your balcony. It doesn't matter whether you have a huge garden or a small balcony, cute garden. You have to retain, maintain. You have to uproot the weeds and then clean it every time. Make sure that the plants are healthy. So just like the plants, we all love to grow. We want to be fruitful, we want to be colorful, we want to share the aura and everything that we gain in life. Maybe you want to share knowledge, maybe you want to share food, your skills, whatever it is. When we bring up a plant, we remove the weeds for the plant. It's not able to speak. We have to take care of it. Otherwise, in the forest also, you have both the weeds and the good plants growing together, because that's a forest and it's wild. Yeah, but here, the social media platforms that we have today, it's like the beautiful dense forest where you have too many plants, everything growing together along with the animals. But we have to filter. We should see what's toxic, what's poisonous, what is good for you. Similarly, when you look at this picture again, you can make use of such words to say that everything looks beautiful at a distance. But when you take a closer look, there are so many things that we have to do in order to rewire our brain and to rewire our thoughts. So when you rewire your thoughts, when you rewire your brain also, you will be able to have the flow. That's how I began the video. Many people find it very difficult to express thoughts. Some thoughts can be very complicated. Some ideas can be very complicated. But you can use simple words to express that. In order to express that, you need to have the flow. And do it in simple words first, and then you can layer it with difficult words. People want to be forthright today. They want to be articulate, eloquent. But remember, you should never be unequivocal. What is the meaning of that? There shouldn't be any space for ambiguity. You should make sure that your communication is clear, not with reference to accent and pronunciation, but make sure that it at least touches every angle within that short span of time. So whenever I'm giving an activity, I make sure that you understand why it is done and what is the purpose. Okay, so I'm not sitting in my room, but I just want to show you my journal. If you have time, you can watch this part of the video, otherwise you can skip. So I've been into journaling these days, and I have an Instagram page where I share everything. I've just started, okay, and I do all these things. So that's what you're seeing on the table. That's why it's a bit cluttered today. And then I got some sticker books recently. The stickers add some value, and when you're not able to draw everything, you can put in these cute stickers. And I thought of just doing this activity. So first, observe the picture, write down the words to make it easy. You can put it in a notebook, in a paper, a flashcard, or you can just write it down somewhere on the paper as such. So here I haven't done anything. I was just randomly speaking, looking at the pictures. This comes with practice. Every time you take the same picture, you will speak better. You can make up any story, but when you go for a story, make sure they have time. And most of you want 10-minute and 15-minute activities. And for that, you can just go for context and general themes. Happy learning.